Here is my review for the first week of Noche De Los Grandes. First up, we got Laredo Kid versus Rey Fénix for the AAA World Cruiserweight Championship. This was a really good match to open the show. There was a lot of intensity, not as much intensity as the main event, but there was still a lot of intensity in this match. There was a point in the match where Laredo Kid was trying to give Rey Fénix a low blow like he did last week, but Rey would block it and be like, But when the ref's not looking, Laredo Kid will give Rey Fénix a low blow by the leg and try to get the 1, 2, 3, but Rey Fénix will be able to kick out. Rey Fénix will hit Laredo Kid with a muscle buster after 4 attempts, getting the 1, 2, 3, and becoming your new AAA World Cruiserweight Champion. And then he'll go on to celebrate with his wife and his kids. Next up, we got El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. versus El Hijo del Vikingo for the AAA Latin American Championship. This was also a decent match. Chemistry was there, in-ring was there, everything you would want with these two. During the match, Omos will walk down the ramp. While Dr. Wagner Jr. will try to go for a moonsault, Dorian will distract the referee, and Omos will pull him down, hitting him between the legs. Del Vikingo will try to take advantage of this, but Dr. Wagner Jr. will end up kicking out. And Dr. Wagner Jr.'s brother, Jolano, will show up and try to attack Omos, but Omos has the upper hand, until Jolano gets a steel chair and hits Omos with the chair a couple times. And then he ends up distracting the ref, and while that's going on, Mini Vikingo will show up and super kick Del Vikingo. And Dr. Wagner Jr. will try to take advantage of this as well, but Del Vikingo ends up kicking out. Then Omos will get back up and take out Jolano. And when the ref's not looking, Omos will give a punch to Dr. Wagner Jr. Del Vikingo will hit a moonsault, getting the 1, 2, 3, and becoming the new AAA Latin American Champion. Next up, we got Pagano and Psycho Clown against the War Raiders for the AAA World Tag Team Championships. This was a pretty fun match. They expressed how Pagano and Psycho Clown haven't been on the same page recently, but they're trying to put that aside to get this done. At one point during the match, Pagano will kick Ivar, but that will end up hitting Psycho Clown. Then Pagano will go for a clothesline, but ends up hitting Psycho Clown instead of Ivar. And then the War Raiders will hit Psycho Clown with a DDT, gain the 1, 2, 3, and becoming the new AAA World Tag Team Champions. After the match, Psycho Clown will end up getting mad at Pagano because of what he did. Then he'll end up pulling his face out of his mask, but then he'll get jumped by the War Raiders while Pagano looks and Psycho Clown in the ring and having the War Raiders. And finally, in the main event, we got El Grande Americano versus Original El Grande Americano in a Masca versus Masca match. The OG would show up with mariachi band, and then he is just hated. The crowd just absolutely hates this man. And El Grande Americano will make his entrance with the song Canta No Llores, and the crowd just absolutely loves him. The aura is huge. Before the match starts, OG will hit Grande with a guitar, and then it's told later on that this is a no disqualification match. During the first portion of this match, OG is just kicking Grande's ass, he's just laying the smack down. No pun intended. At one point, OG was just pulling out Grande's mask, almost revealing who Grande is. And then there's this moment where you see Grande just beat down after all the tables, steel chairs, steel steps. He is just wounded very badly. Even after all of that, he doesn't give up because of the devotion that he gets from the crowd. And then he stops OG from hitting him again, and then he starts getting his pound of flesh and fighting like there's no tomorrow. And then Grande starts ripping out OG's mask, and he actually rips out more than what OG did to him. And in this moment right here, you think Grande's about to win, but then Los Americanos Hermanos would show up and start throwing him through a table not once, but twice. And then OG would try to take advantage of that, giving him a headbutt, but Grande would still kick out. Then Los Americanos would show up to even the odds. Ryo would go get a kendo stick, and Bravo would jump from 20 feet, laying everybody out. And while that happened, OG would find Otis in the crowd, and he is annoyed. And then Otis would start hitting him with his stick. Then Grande would go for a dive, laying them both out. While Grande tries to get OG back in the ring, OJ will give him a kick, and then will get hit by a guitar by a random masked man, who is revealed to be Pepe, someone that OG took out a few months ago. And then Grande will take advantage of that, give him a headbutt, but it's still not enough. And then Grande gets the bull ropes to try to whip OG, but OG will give him a low blow and start whipping Grande with the bull ropes himself. And then he starts choking him. And he tries to get the 1, 2, 3, but Grande is able to kick out. And then he tries to choke Grande again, and Grande's about to faint. There's almost no fighting left. And then Andrea Basarte, Grande's girlfriend, would show up in the crowd. And after seeing her, he's inspired to get back up, to get whatever fight he has left. Then OG's confused because he's wondering what the hell is she doing here because he got her fired. And then Andrea will reveal that she bought a ticket to the show. And then Grande gets the bull whoops and starts beating the piss out of OG. Tries to get the 1, 2, 3, but OG is able to kick out. At this point, these two are just at war that will never end, and they just give it everything they have for this mask. When OG can't get the pin on Grande, he starts beating up his leg, trying to injure him, trying to hit him with the steel chair as much as he can. And then he holds the leg, trying to make him tap, and he almost does, but he's like, nah. He gets back up, gets back the fighting spirit, dedicated to finish it for Mexico, but the leg gives out. And then OG tries to take advantage, trying to get the pin, but Grande is still able to kick out. Then he goes for a head bump, but Grande moves out of the way. And at this point, Grande tells OG he's done. Aims for one more head bump, gets the 1, 2, 3, and becomes the one and only El Grande Americano. Before OG is about to take off his mask, he asks if he could say a few words. He talks about how he originally wore the mask so he could learn about Lucha Libre so he could defeat every luchador that he hated. But as he went on, he learned more about Lucha Libre, learn more about Mexico, learn more about the culture, and learn more about the spirit. And he admits that he could not defeat the spirit of Mexico. But he lets Grande know that he will always be the original El Grande Americano. But he tells him that he is now the only El Grande Americano. And he takes off his mask and it is revealed that he is Chad Gable. I personally did not think it was going to be him. I thought it was going to be someone like Brock Lesnar. He talks about his background, where he's from, how long he's been wrestling, even talks about his family, and even says that he doesn't know when and he doesn't know how, but he'll be back in AAA. And then he gives Grande his mask, officially passing the torch, and tells him from now on, this is yours. There is no doubt in my mind that this is match of the year. There is so much emotion, so much love, so much passion, so much fuel. Like, nothing can top this. After Chad Gable left, El Grande Americano will continue to celebrate with the Mexican crowd and have Bravo and Rayo rise him up, and with the Mariachi band continue to play Canta No Llores. And then he would have a moment with Andrea, which actually warms my heart. They have a kiss, they do a little dance, and this just gave me a warm feeling. And he walks down the ramp and he holds up the mask that he won in this mask versus mask match. Well, that was my review for Noche De Los Grandes. On a scale of 1 out of 10, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. That main event was just perfect. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Catch you in the next vid.